Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Republican Party in Douglas County is turning its back on 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse. Restoration of salmon habitat has brought a historic creek channel back to life. And our wet weather pattern will continue into Thursday with some snow in the forecast this weekend. An early morning structure fire today destroyed two parked recreational vehicles on a Malaga property but caused no injuries. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department says it was summoned at 3:18 a.m. to the 3700 block of Baynard Road where the adjacent RVs were stored. Both were fully involved and a third RV suffered light exterior damage before crews could extinguish the blaze. It took about a half an hour to bring the fire under control. The cause is under investigation. The Chelan County PUD will begin the relicensing process for the Rock Island Hydroelectric Project this month. The current 40-year license from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, which authorizes the PUD to generate power at the dam, is set to expire in 2028. The deadline for the licensing application is the end of 2026. Under the new license, Chelan PUD will be required to invest in protection, mitigation, and enhancement of the project. If all goes well with the process, a new license should be issued in January of 2029. Filling out FAFSA forms just got easier. The U.S. Department of Education announced the newer simplified forms for the free application for federal student aid. It will be available to students and their families at the end of this year, taking some applications from 100 questions to fewer than 20. U.S. Senator Patty Murray played a role in negotiating the reforms, which also includes more access to financial aid nationwide as part of the Senate Help Committee. In Washington State, over 14,700 more students will receive Pell Grants, and over 23,700 more are set to receive maximum Pell Grants. In a virtual press conference with Murray, Becky Thompson, Director of Student Financial Assistance at the Washington Student Achievement Council, spoke about the impact of those changes.
Simplifying the FAFSA is a critical strategy to addressing post-secondary access in Washington. Nationally, students who complete a financial aid application are 84% more likely to enroll in post-secondary education, and that rate is even higher for students from lower income families. And yet we know, as Senator Murray stated, historically FAFSA completion has been a very high barrier for many families for far too long. The new and simplified FAFSA is a real opportunity. It is not just a simplified form. It will mean more access to more financial aid for many more students.
The Republican Party in Douglas County is turning its back on 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse. The county chair, Cindy Wright, says the GOP Central Committee suspended its own rules against endorsing a primary candidate this week to give the nod to Jared Sessler, a former congressional candidate from Prosser. Sessler previously ran in the 2022 Republican primary against Newhouse and says he'll do so again in 2024. Douglas County Republican leaders previously condemned Newhouse for voting to impeach former President Donald Trump. They became the first countywide party in the 4th District to endorse Sessler. When we come back, 4 Wenatchee High School students placed second in the Math is Cool Masters competition over the weekend. And the city of East Wenatchee will be hosting the 2023 Wings and Wishes holiday events this week. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. And when you give the gift of Abby's, we'll give you a present too.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Restoration of salmon habitat has brought a historic creek channel back to life. Cascade Fisheries this week showed off aerial drone mapping of its latest project on Nason Creek near Lake Wenatchee, which connected a historic channel of the creek to its present-day stream. The rejuvenated oxbow in the creek will provide refuge for salmon from high flows and hot temperatures, as well as year-round rearing habitat for juvenile spring Chinook. The work was financed by Washington's Salmon Recovery Funding Board. 4 Wenatchee High School students placed second in the Math is Cool Masters competition over the weekend. Clementine Bellinger, Zane Randall, Neil Nyack, and Ben Newman represented Wenatchee High School at the competition that was held in Moses Lake. The competition consists of both teams and individual contests, and Randall placed 5th in the individual competition. Teams are scored on a team and multiple choice contest, a relay, and college knowledge bowl. Math is Cool Masters is hosted by Academics is Cool, and participants are invited if they score in the top 4 in their school and if their school wins top 9 in their division during the Math is Cool Championships. The city of East Wenatchee will be hosting the 2023 Wings and Wishes holiday events this week. On Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., visit City Hall to enjoy caroling, food vendors, get your photo taken with Santa, and more. You can even get your mugshot taken with the East Wenatchee police officers who will be working as Elf Patrol. Then on Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., wave goodbye to Santa as he drives through East Wenatchee on a fire truck with a police escort before heading back to the North Pole. Coming up next, the Community Foundation of North Central Washington is a charitable hub for donors throughout the region, and you can give to the foundation as a whole or specify where you'd like your donation to be spent. We'll tell you how in tonight's feature story. More wet weather on the way with a break in the precipitation by the end of the week. I'll have all those details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging in Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging in Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
The Community Foundation of North Central Washington is a charitable hub for donors throughout the region. Each year, the agency starts its Give NCW campaign drive at Thanksgiving, and it continues through year's end, raising money for nonprofits in the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. In tonight's feature story, Foundation Director Beth Stipe told NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz, you can give to the foundation as a whole or specify where you'd like your donation to be spent.
We actually had a donor that came in yesterday and he brought a list with him. He had gone through we have this lovely little holiday gift guide. You can also find it on our website. And so he had gone through and he looked around and he brought his list in of 14 different organizations. And so we helped him just spread it out amongst those. And the great thing is that if you give online, the software allows you the opportunity to pay the credit card fee. But if you choose not to do that, we actually have donors who step up and take care of those credit card fees so that every dollar that has been pledged to a nonprofit goes to that nonprofit.
Now, the nonprofit organizations, and when you go to the website, you're going to see them all. You're going to recognize all of them, yes. I guarantee you, and there's a bunch of them. These are all vetted through Correct. Your organization. So talk about that process. Who gets the golden ticket to get on your website?
Well, this is open to any not-for-profit organization that has ever received a grant from our competitive grant-making program, which how that works is that nonprofits will apply to us. They fill out an application. Our Board of Trustees, which is a 28-member board of volunteers from throughout North Central Washington, they go and they visit each and every single one of those. And this year we actually are almost done with the final regional impact grant cycle, and there were 80 applications. Normally we get about 60 a year, so they've been really busy running around North Central Washington visiting with really great organizations.
It's tough decisions to make because you want to give everybody all the money
Absolutely.
That they could possibly use to continue the good work. You can't do it, but it's still, I've served on various committees that had to go out and vet fundraisers and vet nonprofits and say, well, we'd like 4,000. We say, we can give you 400.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, but it still needs to be done.
Absolutely. And you know, it's some organizations may be new and they're just learning, and so maybe they're not quite ready yet, but we always make sure that there are opportunities moving forward. We have several different grant cycles that nonprofits and grant programs that nonprofits can apply for through the foundation, and so you can check out all of those on our website.
And you guys doled out a lot of dough in the last fiscal year, didn't you? Scholarships and I mean, I don't know how you get track of it all.
Millions and millions of dollars, yeah. So scholarships alone last year were $1.3 million.
When you took over 20 some odd years ago now?
Yeah, 20 years.
Is this like, this is insane? You never thought 2 decades later you're this big and this successful as an organization?
Well, we certainly hope that that was the case. And, you know, one of the things I think that's just so awesome is that we live in a really generous place. And people here really do care about the nonprofit organizations, the people who live here. And, you know, the community foundations set up to be that conduit to ensure that there are charitable dollars for future generations. And I think that really resonates with people here. We have families who have been here for multiple generations, and they've left legacy gifts that are going to enable future generations to benefit from their generosity, and I think that that's a great thing.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a good Tuesday. It was a wet Tuesday out there, and we still did see throughout the afternoon patchy fog and a lot of those low-hanging clouds. This is from up in Chelan this afternoon, and it was everywhere around North Central Washington. Some light, misty rain showers throughout the area as well, and we're not done with that pattern yet. We're going to continue that through Wednesday and probably into Thursday morning. Small stream rises, our biggest concerns right now. The snow melt along with a little bit of light rain could all contribute to those small streams rising around our area. And make sure that you remember to clear the snow around your drains to allow everything to get where it's supposed to be going, because we're going to see some more of that melting with warm weather and more rain in our forecast. But as we get into the upcoming weekend into Saturday, we're looking at 2 weather systems, one late Friday into Saturday and another one into next week. Then I think the one Saturday, as our temperatures cool down, could bring us some snowfall. In fact, periods of light snow, I think that'll continue throughout Saturday with those colder temperatures, and we'll talk more about that coming up in a second. Today's high temperature, in fact, highs just about where they should be for this time of year, unofficially at 37. 36 is our normal high for this time of year, and 48 our record. That was set back in 2012. This morning, we were at 33, so only a 4-degree warm-up throughout the afternoon today with all those clouds. 26 is our normal low temperature, and 8 degrees. That's our record cold set back in 1984. We have picked up another 11/100ths of an inch of precipitation. That now gets us to 5.40 since January 1st, and snowfall today, we're still at 4 inches, but we might add to that this weekend. Sunrise 7:32, and the sun set this afternoon, just like yesterday, at 4:11. All right, let's get into those Wednesday temperatures, and things will begin to warm up. Look at that, almost 50 for Moses Lake tomorrow, 48 in Ephrata, and 47 for a high in Quincy. Then we'll cool off back into the Wenatchee Valley, up into Chelan, also Omak. Not too bad tomorrow at 44. Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee both tomorrow at a very nice 41 degrees. Taking a look at tonight now, we expect an 80% chance of that rain to continue. Here's our trough of low pressure, and all of us in that trough right now. Here's the ridge of high pressure to our south, and to the northeast, a lot of rain showers. Patchy fog tonight, low temperatures in the low to mid 30s. For Wednesday, we're going to start off with a little bit of that fog. We do have an 80% chance of rain, but as we get into the afternoon, I think some of that will move east. We might just see clouds in the afternoon. Highs in the low 40s tomorrow, so a pretty comfortable afternoon high temperature. On Thursday, once again, another area of low pressure just off the coast, and that could bring us that morning rain, maybe even some snow showers mixed in. Not so much in the afternoon, though. We'll see highs again on Thursday in the lower 40s. Friday, get outside. It's going to be our nicest day. Mostly sunny, dry, and mild, all of the Pacific Northwest before our next round of storminess moves in. We're going to see highs on Friday right around that 40-degree mark. So temperatures will stay above normal into the weekend, and then the bottom falls out. We'll see cloudy skies. Look at that. Rain and snow all over the state of Washington, and 80% chance of it here. Maybe an inch or two of snow on Saturday. Cooler with highs in the mid-30s. For Sunday, partly cloudy skies as high pressure once again moves into the Pacific Northwest. It will be bringing a northwesterly flow our way, so we're going to stay pretty much into those low 40s with even cooler temperatures as we get to Monday. High pressure will slide into British Columbia and parts of Alberta, and that'll allow some more of that colder air to move down, and you can see it all the way down into northern Texas. We'll see highs on Monday in the mid-30s. All right, 7-day forecast now. Look at that, 40 overnight tonight. We're not going to change much. In fact, we'll probably be more like 36 to 37 overnight tonight. Rain likely for the Wednesday. Definitely some rain showers Thursday morning. 43 Wednesday, 42 Thursday. This is our best day of the entire forecast. Friday, mostly sunny and 41. Cloudy with rain and snow. Yes, snow again likely on Saturday, a high of 36. And then as we get you into Sunday, partly cloudy skies, a little bit warmer Sunday and 41 before we cool back down on Monday. With mostly sunny skies then, expect a high temperature of 36. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Get your favorite beverage and a wide variety of food choices all under one big roof at the Tap Room in Pybus. The Tap Room has the most popular choices for lunch and dinner in the Valley. With unique appetizers, salads, sandwiches, and tasty rice bowls, everybody will find a new favorite dish. Plus many craft beers from Hellbent Brewing, or you can choose wine, cider, or a delightful craft cocktail. Experience the family-friendly Tap Room at Pybus for yourself. It's just what you've been looking for.
Castle Rock International is the Northwest's premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, waterfront properties, and commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, award-winning Castle Rock International has the listings and the highly qualified buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information about this outstanding local company.
The Mariners continue to shuffle their roster in preparation of another Major League Baseball season. Seattle already shipped out fan favorite Eugenio Suarez to Arizona, now have traded Jared Kelenic, Marco Gonzalez, and Evan White to Atlanta in exchange for pitchers Jackson Kowar and Cole Phillips and some cash. Manager Scott Service says it's about trying to make this year's team better, and to do so, sometimes you have to part ways with young players who have great potential.
This time of year, there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. Everybody's trying to figure out ways to make their team better. But anytime you trade away players, and with us moving on from Jared and Marco and Evan, it's been tough. You build relationships with players over time, and sometimes players just need a fresh start in other places. And certainly with Jared, kind of seeing his evolution as a major league player, and the season he had last year when I thought he really kind of turned the corner. Well, everybody's different. Just the maturation process of some players already just hit the ground running. Other guys, they're going to stub their toe. They failures. They come back and forth. Everybody's a little bit different there. So in a perfect world, would have been easy for Jared. Yeah, everybody wants it to be easy. You just hit the ground running and take off at the big league level, but that's not realistic. I do think there is a lot of good baseball ahead of him. Very productive. The talent, the skills, they're all still there, and he's young. He's very young in his career, so certainly we've got a really good core of players, got good young pitching, center fielder, shortstop, catcher, first base. I mean, we've got really good players. We need to add to that, and hopefully we can continue to work this offseason and add to our core. I think we need a couple bats, and guys that maybe have history of or could hit in the middle of your lineup. Guys are going to be productive, drive in runs, do all those other things. I love our pitching. Defensively, we've been very consistent in how we catch the ball and prevent runs, and I expect that will continue, but you got to score too. Leadership is huge amongst our players. I will say I think our group understands what our standard is, and they all buy into that. And I think once they clearly understand, now other guys can step up and lead. Everybody wants to see things happen right away, but it's a process. You got to, work through things with other teams and free agents and whatnot, and that's what we're doing right now.
Jerry DiPoto and Scott Service will continue to look into moves as the baseball winter meetings continue. Well, the Seattle Kraken finished a 4-game road trip winless last night after a 4-2 loss at Montreal. The Canadiens built a 3-0 lead before Jared McCann got Seattle on the board. At that point, too little, too late.
Up with it. Back for Larson. Larson gives it out for Dunn. Dunn to McCann. Waiting. Shoots. Scores! Jared McCann puts it home after a shift that's just under 3 minutes long for the Canadiens, and Seattle's on the board. In on the wing. Taken to the boards. Beniers for Dunn. He'll fire. Montembeau the save. Tolvanen on it. Back to Dunn. Shoots. Scores! It's Dunn, rips it home under the bar. It's in and out in a hurry, and a power play goal has the Kraken within one. It's blocked by Belmar. Dvorak chases it down, plays it back in the net for Gallagher in front. Chance right off Pearson, 2 whacks out of Grubauer the save. Hands it off for Matheson. Up the wing, Caulfield tipped it out. Suzuki has Lepkowski going to the net. Suzuki shoots, Grubauer the save. Rebound, flipped it back in front of it off Grubauer. Couldn't bank it off him. Caulfield, good stick to break it up. Schultz forced back inside his own line. Up ahead for McCann, tips it in off the boards. Everly fires. Montembeau squeezes it and holds on, trying to pressure him. Now it's Everly. Looks to center, it goes off escape. Tolvanen to Dunn, shooting. Montembeau the save. Rebound, puck still loose. And it's picked up by Josh Anderson. He'll put it down the ice, and he scores!
And the Montreal Canadiens with a big win. And, again, I think Montembeau made some really good saves here in this one as well.
Seattle returns home to host the New Jersey Devils Thursday night at 7:30. That'll be on ESPN. Taking a look at the college basketball schedule for tonight. First on the women's side, 21st ranked Washington State plays South Dakota State on the road today. Washington women home in Seattle hosting Montana State. The 7th ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs home in the Kennel hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff at 7 o'clock. That'll be on ESPN+. Washington will host the Montana State men following the women's game. That'll be at 8 o'clock tonight on the Pac-12 network. Well, despite losing 3 straight to fall to 6-6 on the season, Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll says they're still a playoff team. Seattle continues a gauntlet of facing tough opponents this Sunday when they head for Santa Clara to play San Francisco. Carroll says he truly feels the Seahawks will be battle-tested for the rigors of the playoffs.
We're of that caliber. We have to find our way through it and get there. I don't know that there's enough games. Maybe there isn't. Maybe we run out of games. I don't know. But we're going to have to make some big noise here in the next couple weeks, and then we got to just keep on going. We will be hardened. We will be competitively battlefield tested as well as you could be prepared. And I think all of that will add to it if we keep growing with it. If we keep taking the proper steps forward. That's the way I'm seeing it. And it's only one shot at a time. But a month from now, we will have been through everything that you could go through and get in preparation for a playoff opportunity. Now, whether we had enough wins, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes.
The Seahawks and 49ers kick off at Levi's Stadium Sunday at 1:05 on Fox. An incredible week on the ice, capped off by a sterling weekend, has awarded Connor Geekie the Western Hockey League Player of the Week honors. Geekie scored 6 goals in 3 games over the weekend, including 4 against Portland and the game winner in overtime. For the week, Connor had a total of 13 points to help the Wild continue an 8-game winning streak. Wenatchee, by the way, on the road at Tri-City on Saturday, then Spokane on Sunday. Well, the prep schedule got underway earlier today at Eastmont Lanes. That's where Eastmont and Wenatchee hosted bowling matches as the Wildcats welcome Sunnyside. The Panthers hosting Davis. Moses Lake on the road at Yakima to face Eisenhower. Meanwhile, a full lineup girls basketball games underway with Eastmont at Othello. Quincy's hosting Chelan while Cashmere is visiting Omak. The 6 o'clock games have Lake Roosevelt at Elmira Cooley Heartline. Eddie at hosts Oroville. Moses Lake Christian plays at Manson. And Bridgeport is at Cascade Christian. Pateras travels to Soap Lake at 6:15. The Moses Lake girls host Walla Walla tonight at 7 o'clock. Turning to the boys' side, Eastmont boys play at Othello tonight at 7. That's also the start time for Wenatchee at Ellensburg and Moses Lake at Walla Walla. Quincy hosts Chelan while Cashmere's in Omak at 7:15. The 7:30 games have Pateras at Soap Lake. Eddie hosts Oroville. Moses Lake Christian visits Manson. Cascade Christian hosts Bridgeport. And Lake Roosevelt plays at Elmira Cooley Heartline. One wrestling match to tell you about tonight. Battle of the Basin. Ephrata hosting Quincy. That match at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news, my friend. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
I'm Dan Kuntz, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Tomorrow on a Wednesday edition, Eric Granstrom, our award-winning sports director, had a chance to sit down and interview the Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team who won the state 4A championship in Yakima a couple of weeks ago. A great team, a great story. It's fun to be number one. Eric, in his interview with the Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team, the state champion team, we get to say that for another year. That'll be the interview section for tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and everything else you need to get your day going. News, sports, and weather. We're live and local tomorrow at 7 a.m. right here from Studio 4.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.